trying to come out in 1080p.
Oh, there we go. We're live. We're live at 5. Yo, yo, yo.
What up, everybody?
Late night.
Another late night. Another late night with me and Michael.
Absolutely. I'm still trying to get the stream up on my laptop. See if I can't get some comments. It sucks when I'm on the mobile version. I'm always like, you have to like exit out of the video part to see the comments. Let's not do that.
Absolutely.
What's up,
you
Jared?
gotta turn the volume down on the new one, though.
Yeah. Thought I had it muted. Apparently not. Cool. So what's new with Jimmy?
Not much. Been dealing with some crazy shit at work. You know, I have water breaks and floods and homeless people setting fires in bathrooms. But, you know, normal downtown stuff that I have to deal with. How about you?
What do you do for work?
I'm a operations manager for a huge, I don't know, a multi-family organization. We got like 15 buildings downtown.
Okay.
That we manage, and we own like I think it's 9 of them that we own, and we take care of we manage the rest.
So you did the grunt work.
Well, not no more.
Oh,
I used to.
Yeah, no, things are pretty much same old up here. Just kind of, I don't know. I'm starting to get like the SPL bug again because it's starting to get warmer, and I can see grass.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Speaking of SPL bug, I think I know somebody's having a show this weekend. Sunday.
I heard somebody is. I don't know. Like, maybe it was like Mecca or man, who was it? Oh wait, it's you. Where's your show at?
It's up here in KCK at Joe's Pawn Shop.
Okay. Actually, are there like 3 shows this weekend for Base Wars, or what's the?
I believe Jordan's having 2. I believe, yes.
All right. So busy weekend for Base Wars. I know there are a few other organizations that do have shows this weekend as well. So if you're out of you know, Base Wars territory or whatever that may be. I know Midwest is having a show this weekend, I believe, and I think there's a few Mecca and Ayahuasca events going on too. So it's kind of like we're getting back around to the SPL side of things again, and you know, getting more shows going on. Some people that live like further south, they're like, "What are you talking about? Like, we always have stuff going on."
Yeah, definitely. No, I got it. I got the bug myself. I'm ready to get back out there and have fun.
Yeah, I know you were like afraid for a while there. You're like, I don't know if I can have any shows because I don't know if people are going to show up.
Yeah. Well, between COVID and it being cold.
Yep. Yeah. So. Yeah, I think hopefully we're on the front side of COVID. At least it's looking like it with places opening back up and stuff. And if you live in Florida, once again, you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. Things have been open, but you know, like up here, we're starting to see a little less restrictions and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get back to the, you know, semi-normal lives that a lot of us are living and go to shows again, get more shows.
Boy, I'm ready. I'm got cabin fever up in here. I'm tired of being in this house. I'm ready to go somewhere. I don't have a big, huge shop like you, so I don't have somewhere to go hang out and play. It's, you know, my shop's in my basement.
You would think having a shop that I'd be like totally motivated to work on my stuff, but man, that's just not the case. I'm like, oh, it's show season. Maybe I'll go to Jimmy's show this weekend. I should probably start putting my car back together. You know, it's just, you just lack motivation when there aren't shows to work on your stuff.
So, you found me a spot up there to come and have a show?
Man, not necessarily around me, but I think we could definitely get in at well, I should say we could maybe get in around Directronics in
I've
New
been trying to talk to Dan. Me and Dan's been kind of hollering back and forth, so I'm trying to make that happen for sure.
Yeah, I think it might have to be offsite for him, maybe where his old location was. I don't know necessarily what he has at his new location. I haven't been out there yet, but yeah, that'd be cool. It's been a while since we had a show in Minnesota. It really has. It's been over a year because last year, the whole year, we were shut down. As far as
What, you're a 5-hour guy from me?
I'm 6 hours from me.
6. Okay. I mean, that's not too bad.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to make the drive as long as I had a decent turnout.
I think you would. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's, I mean, even the base meets have picked up. You know, we're starting to get some more of those going up here, and they seem to have more of a turnout. So maybe that would work out.
It'd be really nice. I can't wait to get out and start having shows again.
Yeah.
Last year I wasn't able to have as many shows, so hopefully I won't have the same restrictions this year. But we'll see.
Yeah. You think we're going to see any big things or new things happen this year as far as competitors or anything noteworthy off the bat?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to start naming people off, but I really honestly feel like the more shows that I have up here this year, the more interest that I'm going to get. I mean, I've already started to kind of pique the interest of some big name people, but I don't know. We'll see. And I know, Billy and Jordan down there is definitely piquing interest. So I feel like in the next year we're going to start getting more big name competitors in here. We'll see. Eventually Hank's going to quit being scared and come running the lanes. But I guess we're just a little too much for Hank Veach. Shout out Hank Veach because he's scared to run in the lanes.
See, Hank's got a lot of cone area and a lot of port area, so a lot of people don't have to worry about him being in the class.
I love Hank. Don't get it wrong. Hank's my boy.
Yeah. No, I think it'd be cool to see him run for sure. Just to kind of see how it all pans out, because we know that generally speaking, not being limited with a globe, we're able to get higher scores than a lot of the guys that have normally been testing in USAC. So bigger scores, and who knows where mic placement wise is loudest in his truck, but I know that
the funny part about it is though, I've actually noticed that sometimes a vehicle actually sounds better and puts up better numbers with a globe.
Okay.
That's why I actually, believe it or not, I bring a globe with me. I don't have the pole. I need to buy the pole. I'm sorry, but I actually have the globe.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, some vehicles actually they'll put up a little bit better numbers, not being shoved up in the compartment, but being just a little bit away from the compartment.
Yeah.
So, that's something that you might want to test, and everybody else might want to test if they have an advantage of using a globe.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, sometimes that makes, a couple tenths different. And we all know a couple tenths matter.
I'll be honest, I've done a grand total of 0 testing for Bass Wars. Like, even the show, so we went to Icky Boom. You were there. That was the first Bass Wars show that I had been at. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. This is different. Where can I put the mic? Anywhere? Oh, sweet. Well, I just threw it on the kick. I tucked it around the edge of my floor mat at the top of my kick, and I sent it, right? And I just knew, that wasn't the loudest place for me, but I knew that it was, it was up there in terms of score. And I've seen, at least in my vehicle, I've seen a difference between the globe, but I haven't done a whole lot of testing with the globe either. So I know there's a sweet spot in there where I can pick up a little bit of free SPL. So I'd like to use that before I just start turning the volume knob up to the right.
Makes sense.
But I like turning that volume knob, but subs don't. Yeah, I don't know. I'm waiting for Billy to waiting on you, Billy. Waiting on Billy to get a record system situated, and then maybe that'll motivate me a little bit more to try to like shoot for a particular class. Yeah, Hank isn't a big
Well,
name.
it's harder than you
Yeah,
think.
Travis, I want to see your guys' van do the out the window class, because I know that thing's gonna absolutely
I think,
murder that class.
I can't wait for Travis and them to start running the van in the lane for sure.
So is the mic 1 foot out the window, or where's the mic
Yeah.
relative to the window
Well,
opening?
there's two of them. There's one that's 1 foot out the window, and there's also one that's 6 foot out the window.
Okay, so an extreme and a parking pound, basically. Give
Kinda
guys an
pretty-
opportunity to cross, between organizations and be familiar with their scores, hopefully.
For the most part, yeah. I think Travis would kill in both them classes probably.
I wonder what my car does 6 feet out the window. Or would it be
So
out the door? Open your door, does that be out the window?
It's up to you.
All right.
I don't believe. Well, you'll have to. Don't quote me on that. You have to look in the rules and make sure. But I don't think. Look at the rules.
Hey. Rules.
No, I don't care.
Okay. Do you have like a stand that you put the meter on, or how do you do the out the window
I have a
stuff?
stand.
Okay. Well, dang. Yeah, that'd be pretty fancy. Out the window scores. See, the problem with me in the music classes, I love music classes, but being up against guys with walls, it's hard with a trunk build to go into music classes. And I don't want to say, hey, add more classes and have 5,000 classes, but at the same point, I'm like, man, I wish I could be.
My wall's built for music, though.
Huh?
My wall's built for music.
Yeah.
It's not built to burp.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people, a musical system can burp. It might not be as, fine tuned as somebody that has a dedicated burp car in there, up there, because a lot of people generally that build those cars, I want to say the high powered burp guys keeping their shit turned down. And we don't have as many people with caps as we used to either, where you'd have to run into issues where they can crack off 100,000 watt burp. They can't play, anywhere near that on music. But I think with more guys going to lithium, even in the burp classes, they might be able to do it. They've got the efficiency on their side if they're a burp guy. But for a music guy to be competitive in some of the burp classes, it gets a little bit harder because they're not focusing as much on efficiency. So, yeah, I don't know. I want to try some music classes this year. I'm definitely going to do that. With your shows, especially because I don't think we have as many big, loud music builds that are going into the music classes. I feel like a lot of the guys are really focusing on their burp classes, but I might be wrong. I haven't seen all your stats, but that's my one. I just don't want to get like absolutely murdered by that, by that Astro that's designed to play out the window. So
Travis said that he's going to come play. So, I mean, he was already there. Correct me if I'm wrong, Travis. It was your son or your nephew played his car in Port Wars there and did some pretty decent scores. So, I mean, he's already played a little bit in bases.
A little bit. I think my port score is probably around a 75 right now, with the way that the card's set up. Because the last show that I ran at was with like literally zero testing. We put a box in, we sent it, put a box in, sent it, and that was, kind of the extent of it. I knew, and I had an idea of what we were going to do because we were going. Originally, we thought we were going to try to set a national record in Midwest, but we weren't able to at that show. So I was like, screw it, we're going to Base Wars. And that was the first time I had competed since 2017. So I feel like this is my year to come back and do a little bit more competing myself, maybe motivate me to get the car louder, work on it more than just the last couple of weeks leading up to finals for whatever organization, which is what I've been doing lately. The last couple of weeks before finals, month before finals. That's now I'm semi motivated to work on the car again versus just having the thing like always dialed in. So.
Well, and that's why I've had these impromptu shows the last, the one on the 21st and the one on the 11th, to help out anybody that don't have points for finals. Obviously, I'm going to say, you need a membership, and you need 2 shows or 15 points.
Yep.
So, hence me having 2 shows right before finals. So nobody can say that they didn't have enough time to make it to finals. I know it sucks, and I know it's last minute, but I did it for you guys. So if you really want to go to finals, there's 2 shows.
Yep. And not to totally take away from your participation either, but there's a possibility you could get those points at 1 show. So the excuses shouldn't really be that high. I think there's more than enough ability this year. I think it's been like that in a couple organizations that have kind of laxed on the rules to try to get participation at their finals up. Midwest did it. USAC did it. Base Wars did it. DB Drag was just like, whatever, we'll do it next year. They still haven't even released their points requirements for finals this year. So, there's a lot of guys trying to figure it out. Like, I competed in one DB Drag show last year, and I have like 24 points or something like that.
I'm really sad that we didn't compete in USAC this year because, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of hard to do both.
Yeah, for sure. So is there finals planned for the end of this year, or are you going to try to keep finals in the spring moving forward, or is that not totally ironed out?
It's going to be, I believe, Billy's been talking about keeping it somewhere around March, April, somewhere around in there.
Okay.
That way, it's away from all the other organizations' finals.
Yeah, I think
that's our main goal.
With the other big organizations being like literally within a month of each other, a lot of people have to pick and choose. I mean, if you go to Unified Finals, you're there, you got multiple orgs already. But if you want to compete there and, like you want to compete in like NSPL over on the East Coast, you want to compete in Midwest, you want to compete in USAC, like you have to pick and choose where you're going to be driving and getting all the time off of work and all of that. So March works. April works.
100%. Yeah, that's kind of our goal, our season really never stops though. Honestly, I know some organizations like take a break off.
Yep.
Mine, I would have a lot more shows during the winter probably if I could find an indoor spot, and I'd have some competitors that could pull in and do what they had to do and then pull back out. I think we could have a little bit more attendance. So, I don't know. I'm trying to find spots and still reach out. I'm doing what I can do. So hopefully that'll work out. But
I noticed a lot of indoor venues are usually ridiculously expensive to get into. And I think a lot of people are always like, well, have an indoor show in the winter. And they don't realize like some of these places want big bucks to get in there. And like sometimes even like a value that's beyond what you would even get in a show, let alone, having to pay for it too. So you'd be going negative to have a show. But something I just thought of.
Well, a lot of people don't realize though, and I mean, not to discredit any other organization, but we don't charge to have shows. So, we're any other organization will normally charge you $500 to $250 or whatever to have a show. We don't charge that. So what money I make is off the competitors. Yep. And, I still have to pay sanction fees and all that stuff like that. Yes, we are a sanctioned organization, but, it's, I don't make buku money by any means. I do it for the competitors, and I'm doing it to bring the fun back into the lanes. Mm-hmm. I still compete in all the other organizations, and I'll never talk trash about them. It is what it is, but, I want to bring a little bit of fun back to the lanes again. And I feel like Base Wars is just that spot to bring the fun back into the lanes.
Yep, 100%. I agree. Something that I noticed, I just had somebody reach out to me in regards to a show that I had done with Midwest for 3 seasons. And I think they're on their like 11th or 12th year of having a show out there. It was canceled this last year because of COVID. But We have a show inside of a like horse arena, so it's all dirt, and we have an indoor show generally in June every year, and here on South Dakota, and it's in a horse arena. Now, out of all the places I've tried thinking of the last like for years, even when I was just a competitor trying to like think outside the box and think of an indoor venue we could get into for a show, I never once thought about a horse arena, because what else are they going to rent it out for? Think about it.
Yeah, but during June is like the most horriblest month. Horriblest, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the winter, it's
month,
inside. It may or may not be heated, but it's inside. So there's the shelter aspect. You'd still have to have doors open. You know, you need to have circulation with vehicles running inside, but it at least provides some warmth and some shelter from the elements in the winter. I don't know why I just thought of that now after all these years, but yeah, I mean, that's a possibility too. Something like that. That's you know, they don't have concrete floors, so they're not suitable for a lot of indoor events. It's pretty much the same as a parking lot. They clean them up really well. I mean, it just is what it is as far as, yeah, you're on dirt, horses pee and poop on that dirt, but, you know, it's not there when you're competing. So you kind of make your assessment there. But that's something that we had done, and it's at the South Dakota Fairgrounds, and they like want the competition to happen every year. They have a big event that goes on. And they're like, hey, do you guys want to have that indoor spot again? Because it's rain or shine. Like, you might miss the rest of the event, but if it's pouring, if it's thunderstorming, we're inside. I don't care. You know, bring a generator. If the power goes out, we're still going. So that's a thought. I don't know if you have anything out there like that, any fairgrounds or anything, maybe with like a big indoor arena, you know, anything like that, or like see, like you get into like the multi-use arenas and stuff, like how Midwest has their finals, and you start getting into, you know, decent money to rent the space. Whereas those, like, what are they going to rent the space out for during the year besides events like that? So you might be able to get in cheap. You know,
never thought about that. I don't know. I mean, I got to think out the box, you know, a little bit like you were saying, and try to find some places around here. I'm sure there's some barns, or there's got to be somewhere that I could find that's kind of semi-heated that we'd be out of the elements to run a couple winter shows. I'm sure it's going to happen. I don't know. I was at the point where I wouldn't say that I was being lazy, but I don't want to book a show that I have to cancel. Yep. So that's my biggest thing. Everybody's like, why are you not having shows? Well, with COVID and the uncertainty of, if I'm going to book a show, they might shut me down because it's going to be too many competitors. I don't want to do that. I don't want to look like we're, you know, some shabby fly-by-night fucking place. And I feel bad because I booked these last couple shows, you know, just spur of the moment. But I did that to kind of help people out a little bit and to see if I could get attendance up at finals, obviously. But, you know, it is what it is, you know. I want to try to give people enough time to plan to come to the shows, and, you know, just like kind of everywhere else. So, you know, it kind of is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of show promoters and even just people that are hardcore in the industry have been on that same page at least the last 5 years, like trying to think outside of the box, how to, you know, make shows more fun, how to get attendance up, how to get more, you know, competitor involvement, family involvement, you know, having shows outside of the ideal times of the year.
I mean, I can honestly say that, you know, I've learned a lot watching Steve run his shows and do everything that he's doing. And, you know, I love his finals, and I love how he gets everything together and does what he does, you know. Yep. So I've learned a lot from Midwest SPL and Steve, you know. I love the organization, and I'm not going to talk bad about it by any means, but, you know, this is something a little different.
Yeah. Well, you know, in chatting with Billy about this over the last probably year or so, it's been, you know, the idea was for it to be fun and inclusive, less restrictive in the rules. People are like, well, that's stupid. There's no rules. Well, that's fine. If you want rules, there's plenty of places that have rules that you can follow, you know, from really strict to fairly, you know, lax on it. If you just want to have a good time and hang out with your buddies, like, how are you going to knock it? So, you know, I was telling people, I'm like, if you don't think Base Wars is you know, got huge potential to be a big thing, like you are sleeping on Base Wars. So I don't know. We'll kind of see what the future holds with all the organizations, but I feel like we're getting more to like a demo society, and we're getting more to a, you know, let's just have fun and do audio thing, where we're losing competitors out of the, you know, the big competition side, and they're going over to the demo, hang out with your friends. You know, even the most serious competitors I know that have been in the industry for 10, 15, 20 plus years, that are like really serious about it, they don't care if they win and lose. They get their cars ready and they try to be competitive, and they go to hang out with their friends and have a good time. Like their placement is whatever.
I mean, look
at guys, and they're like, whatever. Like we came to have a good time. We blew everything up. We had a good time. We're going home. You know.
Yeah. Look at Dan Curran. I mean, Dan Curran right now, he goes to every show. He doesn't run in the lanes. He doesn't like to compete, but he goes to shows. But he goes to Base Wars, and I get him to enter Demo Dominator. It's where he has to literally sit and demo like 5 or 6 people, and we take a little poll and see who's the best person that entered that class as demo. You know, that's something fun for him that just sits and demo all day. You know, it's.
Absolutely.
I'd like to say
he's
we
already doing what he went there to do.
Yeah. What's that?
Well, he's already doing what he went there to do. So I mean, you're not really convincing him to do a whole lot more than what he already planned on doing anyway. You know.
Exactly.
So. Yeah, that's kind of like our new build. Like we want it to be competitive, and we will be more competitive with it. But like, we're gonna go to shows with the only purpose of demoing and having a good time. Like, if we go to a show with an organization that the vehicle doesn't fit in class wise, and you know we're on a different part of the U.S., like we're just gonna demo. Yeah, see that's what I say too. Like. When I test, I'm testing to beat my own personal goals on the term lap, which is also probably why I've been more lax in competing, because like I'm like, yeah, I just want to do this, and then I do it, and I'm like, all right, cool, and then I don't like set the bar higher right away. I'm just like, this is good for now. Shoot, we gained a whole DB testing today. We're good. We'll do you know. And audio is getting to the point where if you really want to be competitive in a specific class, you have to, and it's 100% term lab Magnum, man. You get so much information out of a term lab, and if you're not using a term lab, you can still produce really big gains. You can still be the top in your class, you know. But the term lab, with all of the information it gives you, it's hard to, like, you can't sleep on some classes. You have to be constantly working on your vehicle and testing, and
Absolutely.
It isn't always big money. I mean, it could be little things, but you have to test the absolute hell out of it to stay on the top of it, because somebody else might be, you know. And if they're not, you just walk past all of them like Beach did, and you know, in DB drag. And some people get mad at you.
Ray was a very smart person when he created this.
Yeah,
you know, 100%. Term lab is amazing. All the stuff that it gives you, and all the features, and everything that it gives you, and information.
Yep.
Absolutely, I love it all. It's badass.
I feel like I know it pretty well, and by saying I know it pretty well, I can say that I do not know crap about term lab. Like, there is so much untapped potential to this thing that I don't even know exists yet, and I have a very, very firm understanding of using the software. Like, I'll have people call me, like, I'm having a show, I have an issue, I know you've had similar issues, what can I do to fix it, you know, all that kind of stuff. And like, I feel like I'm really, you know, good with certain parts of term lab, and there are so many areas that I have not even scratched the surface in terms of like using everything. So, you know, that's kind of exciting too, when you really kind of like get nerdy with it. You start getting into the, like, you know, the little details and the little things. It becomes more fun, because it's like, oh, well, what about this? What about that? And like the topic of discussion this week, I saw a couple of people post about, was power factor. You know, how are you using power factor to, you know, to your advantage, and getting a more efficient system, or getting the most out of your, you know, unlimited power system? Because you have a power limit, it's whatever your subs can take. So, you know, all that kind of stuff. And it's just, there'll be something else next week or next month or next year, and that'll be a big thing. And we're just like growing our knowledge basis with testing. I think we're going to see big things. Like, I think we're going to see scores, bigger leaps this year in scores than we've seen in the past. But I don't know who's going to do them, or what, you know, what shop or what team is going to go out and do big crazy things.
I think Team Midwest Heavy Hitters are going to surprise you guys this year.
Really?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I've talked to a few people on that team that I'd say probably have some big things that are going to be happening this year.
Absolutely.
I suppose that'd be a decent statement to send out there. You know, the thing I'm most excited for right now, and it's weird because it's not local at all, but it's Project SPL. He's doing his 218s testing. Sundown Unofficial on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Derek, he's been doing testing with 2 subs lately, and he's over a 170, you know, not certified at a show, but his garage scores, I believe them. You know, panels are in the vehicle inside. He's over a 170 sealed with 218s right now, which makes him one of like a very small number of people, probably on less than, you know, one hand, that have done over a 170 with a like US vehicle, a non-imported, you know, Panda, Terra, Reno, you know, what have you. So I think that's kind of cool. I've been excited for his stuff because he's been doing bigger and bigger scores. I know he's actually testing it. So that's nice. And then I don't know, that ungodly contraption that Team Soundcheck's working on with their Terra. Like, that thing is butt ugly. Maybe if they clean it up, I might be more, you know.
I just like seeing things that are out of the ordinary, you know. Think outside the box. Quit buying the same Explorer, the same CRX, the same Terras, the same everything, you know. Build something different that nobody else has.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's why, you know, like, not that I'm saying anything, but I built the Nitro, you know. Only a few people had the Nitro when I first built it.
Yeah. Well, that was me
There's
with
still not that many. So, you know, it's just something different. Think outside the box. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of loud vehicles that I can't even touch, and I'm not trying to say that I'm somebody by any means, but I kind of like to think outside the box a little bit, you know? Yeah. Change it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, everybody else can get loud with them cars or them vans or whatever, you know? Yeah. Find something different. Make something else loud.
Well, even the loud vehicles in general, I think more people need to think outside of the box and, you know, just like you said, stop building the same stack fab style box for a CRX up forward port back. Do something else. Try something else. You know, Chris Munson did that with his car sub up port forward.
And, well, Chris is a god, though. I mean,
yeah,
nobody.
But I mean, like, that's
even does.
Chris isn't, you know, beating a dead horse and trying the sub forward port back. You know, how much power can I dump into this thing game? Like, he's trying different things, you know. His trunk car, I'm not going to say anything about what he has in there. I don't even know if what I had seen in there is even still in there, but thinking outside the box again with, you know, what he's doing with his new trunk car. Not Pigpen. I mean, Pigpen was the same thing, though.
I mean, you know? Yeah, 2 18s in Pigpen. Everybody didn't think that he could fit 2 18s in there. He did it.
And you really can't. You have to cut, like, all but the tiniest little bit off the top and the bottom. But you can fit it, yes. But I think, I mean, for me especially, it would be hard for me to justify trying to make something like that work and having to obliterate 2 baskets, all the soft parts to build it if it didn't work. Like, oof, you know. But it's those, you know, little different things that I think we're going to see, hopefully, like, produce bigger and bigger scores this year. I know Joe's working on a new S10 build, so that'll be pretty big.
Yes, sir.
We already know he's, you know, been good with the no-wall vehicles over the years, and
well,
I saw him call out Hank. Which was
Joe Price used to have a loud SF10 before he had the van.
Yeah. I know him more for the S10 than I do. I mean, as far as like things that I've seen about him competing, you know, everything. Like, he got a bunch of publicity with the van. Obviously, that thing's absolutely insane. But like, I know Joe. Like, when I think of Joe, I know him as the S10. You know, so
yep.
I'd be excited to see him get back into it. Hopefully, he tries the 4th order, you know, similar to what Hank has going on, and hopefully, it does really big scores. And I want to see more American vehicles. And I know Soundcheck's working on something right now too, that it's an American vehicle. And they're like, we're going to prove that this is No. You know, they're like, we're gonna prove that American vehicles are loud. I want to see more of that. Partially because I want to get motivated to do something with an American vehicle that I can do on a big scale with. Nice. Yeah, I know I can fit 218s in my Fusion. I just know that it's really like horribly not ideal to do it. So it's nice to have a trunk that has enough height to be able to fit them in.
I had 218s in a C-pillar wall in the Nitro at one point in time.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to try my Fusion, 2012 Fusion. I want to try the subfloor port forward box that I have in my Civic right now. I want to try that in the Fusion and see what it does score-wise. Because
I need to quit being lazy and get my wife's car put together.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, warmer weather. Make it happen, man. But
Well,
yeah, that car was pretty loud. So I want to see what it does with better equipment because it never had lithium. I mean, it had lithium for like one show. It never had Neos. It didn't have, totally ideal equipment. And I got ideal equipment right now. So I'm like, part of me is like, I should put, because that car gets good fuel economy, has AC, cruise control, power steering, a lot of amenities that the other chip boxes that I've, built over the years don't have. And I'm like, man, maybe I should points chase with the Fusion with, a nice 215 setup in there.
Yeah.
Maybe be louder than the Civic.
No.
Be surprised. Not gonna give too much away, but it's loud. I want to see more trunk cars that aren't the Chevy Corsas or Civics. I want to see more loud trunk cars that aren't those vehicles.
I haven't seen a Corsa in a long time.
What?
I haven't seen a Corsa in a long time.
As far as from what I heard, they're not legal to import yet to the U.S. They're not old enough. Because they have to be old enough to be registered as a collector before we can import something that doesn't meet our crash safety stuff. So I think it's next year, but I haven't paid attention to what it was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago when I first heard about them down in Brazil, really starting to take over on all those classes. I was like, I want one of those, and then I found out they have them in Mexico. Okay, cool. So I should probably be able to get one here. No.
No.
I mean, I'm sure I could get one here, but I wouldn't be able to register it or do anything with it.
Well, I mean,
but at the same point, is that it? Terry Brox was working on a Geo before. I don't know if I'll see it this year or what. I'm kind of into the trunk thing because that's where I started, and I feel like that's where a lot of guys have been at one point. So I kind of like the trunk class idea, but I want to have something louder than what I have. Not for a huge SPL advantage. I just want to start seeing different numbers on the damn term lab. If it could start with a 1.6 instead of a 1.5 for most of my scores, that'd be cool.
I would really like to see
150 plus because I know a lot of people are still trying to get there, but damn,
man. I'd like to see a silly build. I've always wanted to do a Pacer or how do you think a Gremlin would do in the SPL lanes?
Probably do pretty decent. I don't know. I don't think it'd be as ideal as some other vehicles.
It's a square hatchback, though. Think about it.
Well, I mean, so are the Festivas.
And they do pretty well in the lanes as well, though.
Yeah, but not anywhere near a Panda.
Well,
and we'll see with Dan O'Brien's too. There's a lot more testing we need to get done on that thing that we didn't get done last year, and the year before was even kind of slim. But we deadened the ever-loving crap out of that car and picked up a bunch of score, and so I'm kind of looking forward to more, more testing with that to see if it's even a viable SPL option because he has zero cargo area in there. It's super small.
Oh no! Yeah, I used to own one.
Yeah, so he's got 15 inches by 15 inches by 32 inches or 36 inches or something for a box. So it's super tiny, but Daniel, talk about your 57 garage trunk score under 4K. I can 57 on like 3K. And if you want to see it at a show, call me out. And I'm talking on the dash because I mean, like we're really close to a 60 right now on 3K. I'm not gonna like hide that. There have been plenty of scores to go around, but like I won't post a garage score if I can't do it at a show because I don't want to look like an idiot. I know there are a lot of people out there that are idiots and post scores and like, hey man, check out this score, sealed on the dash. They got the mic like in the port. There's a bunch of people out there that are trying to brag about that. It's just like, bro, I don't care. Like if I post a garage score, I'm gonna do it like it's gonna be legit. It's gonna be like legal as though that mic was in the lanes at a show and I did it right then. So I don't know. We'll see big scores out of that car though. It's really close to being wired for fire on a significant more power than I've had before. And I'm going to be able to wire back down to half ohm, so fighting rising a little bit better because I was rising really high before. Like we barely got 5K clipped out of the amp we had in there before. So, with a 13K. So, having a 20K wiring down to half, better electrical, shout out to JY. And we'll see what the car can do this year. And then we'll probably change classes because we were talking about kind of shifting and doing things a little bit different. And really, it's kind of like I want to have something that's more competitive in Base Wars too. More competitive. A higher class.
More competitive.
More. Yeah.
I'm actually waiting on a couple more components to come in before I get started.
Yeah. Like motivation.
As soon as a couple more components come in, I will totally have everything that I need and I'll get started on it. I don't like half doing projects and then having to stop. When I do it, I want to do everything. Because I'm going to have to tear the truck apart to my standards because I'm a nitpicker. And I want to make everything pretty in that truck. Because I love my truck.
So when you're working on that one, are you going to bring the other one up here and let me give it some love?
I mean, very possibility, yeah. It needs it. I'm trying to sell my subs. Hashtag anybody want some subs? Holler at me.
Holler at you, girl.
Yeah, you going to USAC?
I don't know. It's really like I will know mid next week if I'm going to USAC, and I'll have very little time to be able to get it going. That's kind of why I want to get the car back together now. There's like a base meet going on this Saturday, local. There's your show Sunday. There's like motivation for me to get the car ready for something, and then at least that way, by the end of the week, I'll know. See, I was hoping I get that stimmy money. I was hoping I get that stimulus money, and mine is MIA. So that was kind of like the funds I was using to float the trip. And I got the last two direct deposited, and this one is just like, it says payment status unavailable. Like, bro. So, yeah. But, I mean, Jason, we're looking at like $500 just in fuel, me driving the car out there and registering and driving the car back. Like, nothing else. No food, no anything, just fuel and registration. So I want to make sure if I'm going down there, like if shit happens and I need to pay for a rerun, I need to be able to pay for a rerun. I can't just go out there. Some fluke thing happens, I'm screwed. I'm like taking money off of whoever will give me money to pay for a rerun, all that kind of stuff.
Well,
man,
that's why you
for
should
a rerun at finals, bro.
You should come test in my lanes this weekend. That way you don't have to worry about it. You'll have data. You'll have some numbers.
Mm-hmm. I do, but if I get numbers, I'm not going to show my full numbers at your show, Jimmy.
You never do.
Because the class that and I'm not one to sandbag, but like when you're a week before, potentially going to finals and you've got a class that's like pretty well stacked, I'm not going to be giving people motivation to work on their car if I'm, this close from them. Then they work on their car, and now I'm, stepping down in placement. So,
You
or maybe
scared? Don't be
I
scared.
send it, and then I get the motivation to work on the car every night until final. So I know for sure my score is higher, but I don't know.
There you go. There you go. Don't be
I don't
scared.
want to leave any opportunity. You very rarely see people post scores, even people that post scores. You don't see them posting scores right before a big event or before finals. They're like, no. You guys will see. You just gotta wait. So
Unless you're Hank. Hank don't care. He'll post scores all the way up to the last hour and still go running back in the lane.
Dale Brown's like, you don't need food, just Mountain Dew and hate powered.
Hate power, yeah.
Yeah, Daniel, he's saying he was going to go to USAC 2020 finals, which is next week. And like a lot of people are bailing. And I feel like a lot of people are bailing because there's just like, I think there's a lot of uncertainty of who's even going to show up. And then there wasn't a ring sponsor until last week. And a few guys stepped up there and made sure that rings would happen. But like, I feel like a lot of people, if they're going to go to finals, they want to have like the true finals experience, Like if you said, hey, finals is this weekend for Base Wars, we changed our mind. Like participation, even if people could go, would still be down because there'd be that hesitation. Like, is anyone even going to show up? Is it going to be competitive? Like, my friend's going to be there, all that kind of stuff. So
Absolutely.
I can see that being a problem. That's why I feel like DB Drag needs to get on their shit. And I know they're waiting to try to see some show attendance and some stuff here in the next couple of weeks, but they still don't have their finals points requirements. And with people unsure if they're even going to be able to compete at finals, it's going to deter people from wanting to go to shows, So, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You kind of just got to send it, hope for the best, and then, worst case scenario, just set the number higher than, best case scenario, set the number, and then adjust maybe as the season goes. Just say, hey, here's where we're at right now. We'll reevaluate it in another month or two, and, at least that motivates people to go out there and compete. That was last year too. Like I had a bunch of people that weren't competing at my shows. They're like, I don't even think finals is going to happen this year. I'm not even going to bother. Like, bro, come out, have a good time. But for me, like different from you guys down there, like we have a lot of open area up here where we could have shows, but not a lot of areas that will let us have shows. So like the further north you get, the further competitors have to drive to get to what would be considered like a closed show to them. I'm sure you saw the drama last year when I called people out about not wanting to drive more than a couple hours to a show. And I'm like, a couple hours to a show? That is like my closest show one year was 2.5 hours from me. That was my very closest. And the furthest one I attended was 10.5 hours. And there weren't a lot of options in between. 4, 5, 6 hours was pretty much average to each show one way. People are like, bro, I ain't driving if I have to go further than an hour or two. Come on.
Absolutely.
Button your car, put the foot on the pedal, and go.
Yep. So, I mean, anybody got any questions about finals or anything about Base Wars? Heck, if anybody even wants to come in and chat, here's the link.
Yep.
You can come in and chat with us for a little bit.
Is Billy going to be there on Sunday at your show to sign autographs?
He's going to be there to hand out awards. So anybody that wins awards on Saturday, Billy will be bringing them out personally on Sunday.
Yeah. So finals is a one-day event, but if you want your awards from the Kansas City finals, you need to be there.
Sunday. Well, but Sunday. What I was going to say is Saturday is finals, but Sunday is a whole new show for the next year.
Yep.
So if you want to see some points for next year, you can more than welcome league run, and hopefully Billy will be there by then. So we're going to do trophies on I believe Denny said he's going to have a stage going on up there, so we'll give them away on a stage and kind of make it a little fancy what we can.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got to get me a trophy. Find a way to make it happen.
Well, we are competing against Billy's region down there, so we'll see. I mean, a lot of people are putting up some really good numbers, and yes, guys, I know he has posted scores of the top people, but he's kind of waiting on that because the minute he posts all the top scores, that means
I gotta
nobody
go
else.
answer my door. I got a special guest that's knocking at me right now, so I'll be right back.
All right. So, I mean, the minute he posts scores, guys, that means nobody else will be able to sign up to go to finals. So he's trying to give you guys another couple days. That way, for the people that haven't bought memberships or, whatever needs to be done, is what I'm saying. So, sorry. Mr. Larson, your mic is muted. There you go. Oh, looky there.
Dan O'Brien.
Mr. O'Brien in
Get
the
us both
house.
in one.
In the uncustomary green shirt instead of the blue.
Ooh. Yep. Yeah, Dan's gonna do some pretty big scores in what? Savage?
Savage, right?
Stealth.
Stealth.
I keep giving Jason Lucas shit. I was like, I got some good scores in testing. I really want to go compete in Savage. And he's like, you stay the hell out of my class, Mike.
I'll jump into his class if he needs me to.
Hey, you want to jump into his class? I'll jump into your class, and then we'll be good to go.
Here we go.
Because the plan. Shh, don't tell anyone. I'm gonna build a stealth build, and I'm gonna put the 20K on it, and I'm gonna bump up to Savage, and it's gonna be fucking savage.
Oh, Michael.
See, that was the plan, but everyone's like, you stay the hell out of my class, Mike. I'm like, I'm gonna run chaos. No. The hell you're running chaos. I'm gonna run chaos. Doing a 165. Like, come on, bro. Let me go up there. I can't probably put up a 165, but maybe with some testing, there's a sweet spot in the car that gains like 2 dB.
You would have found them already. Subline.
Oh, I can't get the power out of the amp as high as I'm wired right now. I got to wire down. And I don't want to wire down to like 0.35. That's kind of on a full bridge amp.
That gets a little stinky after a while.
Yeah, real stinky when the amp fills your car full of smoke.
Exactly.
I've wired mine to 0.33 before with no problem.
Hey, shout out to these guys too, real quick. I don't know. It's probably backwards. Is it backwards?
No, Apex Audio for the win.
All right. Yeah, they sent me. I'm going to be doing a video, and maybe I'll just do it live on Base Wars and then upload the video. But I'm going to be doing some side-by-side comparisons with Vibraflex and that Sundown Deadener. And they sent me out some Sundown Deadener. So I'll be doing some.
I'm kind of curious about that myself. I'd like to see how that stands up to some Death Bounce Deadener.
Yeah, well, I mean, somebody mentioned that too, and I'm like, I really don't think there's like that STP brand or whatever it is from like Canada, but it's going to be really hard to compete with Double Rigid. But
I'm telling you now, my personal opinion, and everybody can hate me if they want to, and this is my personal opinion, Death Bounce is better. It's better than Vibraflex and everything else. It's I've got so many pieces in my driver's door of
I can hear your
actual Vibraflex.
He's got the stream up on his phone. He was watching us. He was driving up from good old Directronics.
Yeah, seeing Mr. Dan Horner down there,
picking up some toys to test in his car before Base Wars finals.
Yeah, absolutely.
That
car running better now?
What?
Is it running better now? I know it was giving him mechanical problems there for a while.
The Smurf is still needing it still has issues. It will always have issues. I mean, come on.
Because it's the Smurf.
It's marketed from Ford, but it's got a Mazda engine and a Kia body. I mean, come on.
Hey, I love the
bastardized stepchild that everyone loves to hate.
Yep.
So yeah, it's got issues.
So it's fitting for him.
That too.
Oh man, we should. I got an idea for that thing.
We should test right now.
Live. If we're gonna bring,
You should test right now live.
you bringing the one you drove, or you bringing the Smurf, or have you not decided yet?
Yes.
Okay, because I got an idea that we could put together real fast that could give you a very, 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 very big score increase in the Smurf if we were gonna
Test live right now.
Whip out the term lab. Whip it out.
Come on. You can do it. Let's go.
I don't know why. It sucks though. I'm showing Dan, like when you go into the chat window, you lose your video. So if you want to read comments, you have to lose videos. I don't know.
Well, if you do it from your phone or something like that, if you do it from a computer, you can actually see the comments.
I need to bring my nice computer up here.
That is a nice computer.
This thing is slower than. It took me like 10 minutes to load Facebook just to try to read the comments on it. Then it was lagging so hard it wouldn't read the comments. So,
at least you don't have a junk processor like mine does. Everybody's like, "Oh, Jimmy's like, oh, you got bad internet. You got bad." No, I don't have bad internet. I have really high-speed internet. It's my piece of shit computer that fucking the processor sucks.
Yeah. So so we can clarify. I don't even know if it's your processor. I think your issue is your video card is not capable of.
I don't have a video card.
Screening, or you also watching a green screened, video while trying to also stream yourself at the same time. And
yeah, no, that hurts me a lot as well.
Very little latency in the actual stream between the two people talking. Like it lags you the hell out, or it starts chopping out pieces and like, no, we don't need that. That was 2 seconds ago. And now you're in a different spot on the screen. You're saying something different,
Yeah, so. Absolutely. But no, I don't have a video card in this laptop. I don't think.
Well, not a dedicated one, but some easy
little
market that's there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
But it gets choppy.
I only bought this computer to run term lab, and it does that perfectly.
Yeah. Until you start multi-screening, then you saw how many issues I had when we were running 3 screens. It was like
it gets to be a lost cause after 3 or 4 screens of things.
It would legitimately take me 10 minutes to get the screen set up and everything going the right direction. That shows like Dan would always be there. Hey, shout out to Dan. Would always be there helping me set up and be like, all right, is it showing right now? Nope, it's on the other screen. How about now? Nope, it's upside down. How about this one?
He helped me a couple of times at my show when I was setting my TV up.
That sounds like a Jason Lucas issue.
Maybe I'll bring another, like a smaller screen with down to finals, and you can display something on the secondary screen. Because you can I think you can run up to like 4 or 5 monitors or TVs even with. I also figured out another issue. You can run a bunch of different TVs to run a bunch of different things with the TermLab setup. So like you could have one screen that's showing the score, one screen that's showing the lane 1's SPL, and then another screen that shows lane 1's power. Like you could have a huge array of monitors, but you have to be able to support that. And if you have your 4K TV set up into the highest resolution, that was my issue for the longest time. I'm trying to output a massive signal that my video card is just like, nah, you stay out of my food. Okay. Get you some water.
Munchies.
For your dry mouth. You need to keep that mouth lubricated.
Wow.
What that mouth do?
I'll show your mom later.
Whoa.
Oh, was that allowed again?
You're lucky this thing's live right now. I'm going to say that. Jimmy's just like, no!
He's like, wow, I can't believe he said that. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of cool. It smells funky in here.
That's me at first.
I think it might be this garbage can in front of me. I don't know. Or the garbage can behind me.
Could be whatever this stuff is behind me.
Yep, might be.
It's everything. Just Mike. It's a normal Mike smell.
Yeah, this is what you get when you walk into my shop. It either smells like MDF, resin, or trash. Oh, I got some CA glue coming this weekend. We're gonna start building stuff.
You're gonna be at
I
my
know.
show this weekend.
What?
You're gonna be at my show this weekend.
Yeah, I'm getting it on Saturday.
We building at the show. Let's do that.
Saturday. Yeah, I'll build them at the show. I don't care. I'll just put my Directronics hat on and I'll start building subs at the show. Bring my Lazy Susan. Whoosh, glue. Here's a cone.
Hey, this is my area. I'm the recon master.
Bro, bring it on. I know you run Def Bonds, but I've reconed a fair share of subs in my time too.
Trust me, I use. Oh, looky there. There's Hank in there.
Oh, Hankathy. The trash party said, "Fuck you, Hank. Shouldn't you be building something? Shouldn't you be making your no wall a wall so you can go run the wall class?" Ass. But yeah, I need a kicker banner to put behind me. So,
I got one.
hey,
What's up with this one?
I'll give it to you when you come down here Sunday.
I feel like I'm left out because he's got a kicker banner and I don't. I also
Look at
need a kicker hat. So if any of you kicker guys, Kip, are watching, I need a whole bunch of hats. I got to throw all mine in the trash because they're all grody as hell, full of like MDF dust intertwined in the fibers and sweat. And
You could use a 40.
He's trying to act like he actually works.
see, I don't got a 45th anniversary. I just got a Synergy Customs, a whole wall. I got that wall banner. Yeah,
Trying to act like you actually work, Michael. Come on.
I do. This is work right now. I'm getting paid for this.
Damn, well, I ain't getting paid for this. Where the hell's my money?
See,
Shit.
unfortunately, I'm also the guy that cuts the paychecks, and I'm out of money. So I'm kind of just like owing myself. And when I get money, I'll buy more audio equipment to pay myself. And then, wonder where the hell my life is and why I don't have anything nice after that.
Can't pay it forward. So,
I had a lot of nice things until I started putting money into audio, and I'm not even deep into it. Like, there's maybe 10 G's into my car, and it's just like, that's it. It's not a little bit, but I mean, I don't know where the hell the rest of my money's going. Recones, gas, entry fees, McDonald's,
I was going to say snack foods.
Val's.
bells.
Snack food.
I'm poor. I got the stimmy. Yeah, I wish I did. Damn. Still waiting on my bitch. Better have my money. You got your stimmy.
I got my student.
He's bragging. He posted a screenshot on my. That's why we can't have nice things. Yeah.
That's why I was at Directronics today.
Oh. Yeah, I got money now that have been there for
6 months.
6 months.
8 tax.
Doing horror getting all that stimmy money. I see. Directronics for the win, baby.
I was talking about giving him some money today. You know what for, but I'm not going to say anything else.
I saw nothing.
Say it. Don't be scared. Come on. Quit holding secret. Say it.
It's stuff that goes boom.
Show me what's in the shop. Come on. Let's take a tour of the shop, Mike.
There's nothing in there.
Yeah, liar.
There's nothing going on in there.
Liar. Go on. Show us the shop, Mike. Come on. Show us what's out there.
No, there's nothing in there right now. It's empty.
Dan, open up the blinds behind you.
That doesn't go to the shop. That goes to the outside.
Damn it.
It's dark.
And in my neighborhood, keep your damn window shut in the dark. Shut that shit.
Hey, we're not by White Castle. Come on.
Bro. Yeah, see, Triple Fest the same weekend as Base Wars Finals. I don't know why somebody planned it out like that.
Triple Fest.
We had ours already planned out that time, way before then. I planned mine out like a long time.
Yeah. Maybe I'll skip Base Wars Finals and go to Triple Fest. That sounds like more fun.
I'm gonna have to cut Michael from the hard line. Everybody say bye to Michael.
I want to watch Hank get DQ'd for the first time in 2021.
Yeah, no, sorry. You can watch it on video. Somebody else will be live there.
Ooh. Yeah.
You'll be at finals.
Hank's always going in other classes he wasn't built for, and everyone gets butthurt. Like, hey, that's not an extreme vehicle, but he did extreme mods, right? His 5K extreme run that he technically set the world record in last year that they DQ'd, they're like, that's not an extreme build, but if you had done the mods that he did normally, they would have bumped you to extreme at a show, but because he went out there and made a mockery of it.
You know what? When it comes to Hank, love him or hate him, if people put in half as much time testing as he does, maybe they would get loud too.
Hank doesn't test.
Hank doesn't.
Whatever.
No, Hank
He
doesn't
lives
test.
testing. He tests, and when he's done testing, they charge the batteries up and test some more.
No. When he's done testing, he starts testing his teammates.
Well, that's true too.
See, I don't have any local teammates. They all live 4 hours away. So Dan's got to come down here, and we got to get some schnit done. But yeah, that makes things difficult. I got Diaz, but he has no motivation to do anything ever. Ever.
I want Neos.
Yes. So that's the hint I'll give you is that no, hell no. I'm buying Neos in a size that I don't currently have here at the shop.
8s?
No, I'm not. We're
6.5.
is like, I want some compact Neos, and I'm like, we have all of them.
6.5.
Pick a size. But yeah, that's the plan, is to buy Neos in a size and configuration that I don't currently have.
6.5. 6.5.
No. How many 6.5s can I run in Midwest in Chaos 1?
7.
Oh, shit. I need more Neos. Oh. So that would fit in USAC. I mean, how many 6.5s can I run in Stealth?
There we go. That's more like it.
Jimmy's like, shut up, Mike. Base Wars classes.
I mean, I don't show no hate towards any other organization, but yeah, we talked enough about them tonight. Let's talk more about Base Wars.
Hank's like, everyone lives 4 hours away from each other up there in southern Canada. Bro, if that ain't the truth.
No kidding.
How many hours was it today for me to drive to Toronto?
From Sioux Falls, not bad.
Yeah, so this dude drove from Sioux Falls, South Dakota to New Ulm, Minnesota to now Minneapolis area. Then he's going to drive home to Fargo tonight.
We can do.
Where's Dan's new shop at?
What?
Dan's new shop?
It's like right down the road from his old shop.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I went to his old shop last year probably 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, that city is super tiny. It's like a small town.
It's like 15,000.
15,000?
It's 13.5 guaranteed because that's what the sign said on the way into town.
I would be surprised, like, if this town was any bigger than 3,000 people.
And you can run 36.5 sealed.
36.5?
Sealed.
Sealed. Let's go! Oh, I'm waiting for those Neo V3s.
Hey,
features.
I mean,
How messed up is that area?
How messed up is Horner's area? Bro, it is. That is like meth central.
Really?
Oh, bro. Yeah, it's not the highest in the state by any means, but they're working on it.
Wow.
Yeah. Bro, rural Minnesota is nothing but dope. Like, it's like that in North Dakota, too. Small town, they got nothing to do but drugs.
And their sisters.
And their sisters.
Wow.
More competitions going on.
And their friends' moms.
Yeah. Shut up, I'll hurt you.
Oh, wow. And that's for another late night session with Michael Larson, Friends Mothers.
Oh wait,
Ooh, we all carry one of them. Ooh.
Hey, I use mine to cut my sushi with. Hey, you know what these are? If you get loud enough, you get to wear these in your car.
I wouldn't know.
If you're gay, you wear them in the car.
I am going to do a lot of testing this year with my earphones on because my hearing got impeccable in the off season after testing that damn car all day at 57. 58.
Oh wow, my allergies started acting up really bad. Pussy. Oh.
Nope, I blew my right eardrum last year right before finals doing a bunch of testing, and just the repeated hits I think I had never actually done that before, and I did it and it was fucking legit like ear bleeding shit. And from then on out it took months before that thing actually like hurt being around loud noises. So I'm gonna spend a little time with these guys on this year, or just not be a bitch and get out of my car and make the car louder so I don't have to be in it to run it.
Umbilical. Just do it.
Well, I got the umbilical.
Do it.
12-foot umbilical cord. I can sit in your car and run my car.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Hank's comment.
In your car in Base Wars is not against the rules.
I know this.
What's up?
Why do you think I'm trying to find a foreign?
I'm the secret to Dan's extra half DB.
Among other things.
Shut up, Tyler. And Hank, you know who I blew. Yeah, Steve.
I sit in my vehicle. I ain't scared. I guess I ain't loud enough though, so it doesn't matter.
You're not. You start doing all your damn testing at 60 hertz, and you tell me how your ears feel after the 500th burp in a day.
I don't burp. There's the difference. Mine's built for music.
You little bitch.
Nah. I can run a 62. I can run a 62 at music for a minute and a half.
So can I in the kick.
They make songs short.
Well, there's that, yeah. But put it wherever you want to. That's the best part about Base Wars.
I'm gonna put it in the port, but I'm gonna write identifies as kick on the side of the port.
It's got to be in front of the seat.
Tell me that my port doesn't identify as a kick, we're gonna have a problem. I said, do we have a problem?
Yes, we do.
Be like, Jimmy, how did Larson do a 175 in chaos at Base Wars finals? His port identifies as the kick.
Or identifies as the port.
No.
Yes. You show me in the rule book where it says.
You heard what Billy said. If your port passes your seat, you're considered in the extreme class.
And what if I don't put them? Okay, all right. I got an idea.
Passes the front seat. If it passes the front seat,
by chance?
B pillar. If your port passes B pillar, it's considered an extreme build.
So I'm just going to put the box on top of the back seat, and I'm going to slide it all the way up to the B pillar. I'm going to run a little piece of string in there too, just so you know. And I'm going to hold that mic up to the string.
It's completely up to you. As long, the mic's got to be in front of the seat, though.
Yeah,
can be.
Oh, we
can. The front of the seat, and you could have the box sitting right behind the seat. As long as the mic's in front of the seat, the box behind the seat, it doesn't really matter.
My wall build.
Maybe you won't. Maybe you're scared. Oh, yep, I said it.
I'm just lazy. Man, these wall cars are a lot of work if you don't have a team sound check welding your shit together in a weekend. Hank.
Mine's not welded. Mine don't move. Mine don't flex. I'm not loud, though.
You give you some loud, Jimmy. Jim Jam.
Well, I'm still a 62, 63, somewhere in there.
I wonder what the Civic does with the 20K. I'm
Put
really
the box above the seat if it's not in front. Well, the
Don't
seat
go
still
above
got
the
the
seat.
box still has to be behind B pillar.
Yeah, box has to be behind B pillar.
Yep.
And the port identifies as the seat. And we're gonna put
As long as it's behind B pillar too.
Now, define the B pillar. Are we talking the front of the B pillar, or are we talking the back of the B pillar, or are we talking the door opening?
The back of the B pillar. Just so as long as the port does not cross the back of the B pillar, you're fine.
Don't worry, Jimmy. I already got a plan to piss a lot of people off at Base Wars Finals. I got this.
And you're saying that the
You
B
know, I have the
be a rule
right
book
to
written
sit you
and
down
rules will
and to
have my
move
name
you
next
to
to
a
it as
different
an
class.
Don't do this. Example, Larson, 2021.
I have the right to shut you down or move you to a different class.
and you're saying
Listen
the
to
B
my.
pillar then is the vertical pillar behind what holds the windshield in, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's all I need to know. I need a front door for a old Chevy that has that little slide triangle window. Is that what the B pillar?
Oh.
Speak up, I can't hear you.
Mike and I are rewriting your rule book, Jimmy. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
we were gonna be just.
We don't have a rule book.
You about to.
Yes. Oh, Michael.
I'm telling you
Anyways.
right now, whatever class I enter, which is a secret. Billy's just gonna leave that award back in wherever that he's gonna leave it at home. He's not even gonna bring it with him. He's gonna be like, fuck Mike, he doesn't deserve an award for that shit. There's gonna be nothing but turmoil. Base Wars is gonna be burning. There are no rules, Tyler. Well, I mean, there are rules, but not like rules. They're like generic guidelines to keep the world from burning down. And I am about to cross those guidelines ever so slightly.
With a size 20 shoe. Comfy.
What if I don't have a port? What if I just have a sealed box?
That's easier. And you take out a variable in your vehicle.
I have a sealed box that currently lies. Oh, I got a better one. Oh, no, should we wait? Do you want to do that thing we talked about before Base Wars Finals, or do you want to actually just run your car?
Oh, we're just going to run.
Okay, all right. So the idea I had, I'm just going to throw this out there, Jimmy. The idea we had is hypothetically you built a wall in a vehicle, right? And then no loading wall, no nothing. Pretend it's a fourth order. It's actually a sixth order, but anyway. No loading wall. Sixth order. How do you calculate the port area on a sixth order? Both ports or just the outside port?
The outside port.
Okay. So I build a shell, a big sturdy shell in a vehicle that might already be built, might not. And then I put Dan's stealth box inside of that shell. I'm still in stealth because I don't have a loading wall, which means I don't have a port.
Because of the build, it would bump you up.
Why would it bump me up?
Because of the way it's built.
But
It's
no
built
rules to
for
say no
extreme
walls and
because
stealth.
it's not finished. It's built for an extreme build-up.
There's no rule that says I can't run a wall in stealth. What if I want to have a wall with a single 15?
You can't run a wall in stealth.
Since when?
Which rule are you talking about, Jimmy?
Look at the parameters, though. I mean, by the time you figure in your port, your cone area and everything, I don't see how that'd be possible.
Single 15.
A 2x10 port.
Yeah, boom.
That puts me at 196. Well under the 200 limit.
See, this is why there needs to be a little tiny rule book. Just, basic
But,
guidelines
no,
to keep you
yeah.
doing stupid shit. And I plan on doing stupid shit until there's a little rule book or I get banned.
Under old rules or under last classes this year, yes. But next year, that would bump you up to the different level.
Well, that's okay. That's a different day. That's Saturday versus Sunday.
Yeah.
You might be able to get away with that at finals, I think, because there's no definition in that. But
That's a
come
lot of money to build a wall.
Sunday, if I can't see out the rear mirror, it's considered a wall class.
I can make it so you can see out the rearview mirror.
What are the wall classes?
Huh?
What are the wall classes?
You'd have to look and see. I haven't really studied very much. I apologize, but
I know there's trunk, there's a center console, there's just a general freebie area, and then there's the no wall class. But
the no
I
wall
don't
class.
think he's clarified walled, has he? Maybe he.
If I can't see out the rear view mirror, it's considered a wall class.
Yeah, but there isn't currently anything
with
dictating the wall class,
discretion.
is there?
If you build a wall class and put a port or a plexiglass window in there so I can see out it's still considered a wall. It's a judge's discretion.
But I can see out my back window.
Well, it's judge's discretion.
Now, what if I go to your show and then the next weekend I go down to Jordan's show?
It'll be the same thing.
What if Jordan doesn't like
We
me?
stand behind it. We stand behind each other's rules. We would not do that. If Jordan says that you're a no wall and you come up here, I'm going to continue you being a no wall.
See, that's what I said, Hank. You got a sealed box that's behind the B pillar in a shell. I mean, technically, Hank could run his stuff if he took his port out that he just welded in. Yeah.
Hank's in an extreme build
Why is he an extreme build?
because of all the steel.
But it's all behind the B pillar, so it'd be like a wall.
It's still steel. It's an extreme build. Ask Billy. Billy will tell you the exact same thing.
So I can't put a steel box in my car.
If you put a steel box in your car, I'm pretty sure that'll bump you up to the extreme build.
You better put an extreme trunk class then, because homie ain't playing around. That's why.
Well, I mean, it's the only way we can keep it fair for people like you trying to cheat.
I don't know how. So if you build a wall too strong, you're an extreme build.
If you put a bunch of steel and stuff into it, yes, I believe so. Well, it would have to be defined. I wouldn't say like if you built
basic guidelines. That's all we need. Hank's already like, fuck you. Tyler's dying right now because you call this shit an extreme build. Tyler actually never called the truck an extreme build. He called the Terra an extreme build. It's extremely ugly. Like I said, somebody
an extreme build. I don't care what anybody says. He can get mad at me. I love him to death, but that's an extreme build. No wall, my ass. That's an extreme build.
That's no wall.
Extreme build. Extreme build. The person doesn't have steel in their box. It's an extreme build.
I have not brought a box to finals in the last 5 years that didn't have steel inside of it or on the outside of it.
You're cheating.
How am I cheating?
In what order? Show me a rule that says that.
Man, all right. So I'll be in extreme trunk next year then in Base Wars.
Looks second to me.
Well, it just it depends. You can put like braces in there and things like that, but if you build a whole box out of steel, that's extreme. I'm sorry. The average person's not going to build a steel box. When you build a steel box,
not going to be in the highest no wall class either.
Well, the average person's not Hank Veach either.
Oh,
and I mean that's what started this whole conversation was Hank. I mean, seriously, yes. I'm sorry, but I still consider Hank is an extreme build.
But you're saying he's not the average competitor, so are you saying he's a below average competitor then?
He really is. Yeah, Hank's kind of a...
Yeah, Hank's below average. Hank is like the epitome of competitors. Hank lives and breathes SPL. I don't know how that man stays married and has a wife, but I mean, seriously, SPL is in his veins. That's all he does.
Well, he has his OnlyFans account too. Okay, so what I gathered out of this is if you build a loud, efficient system, you're in the extreme class.
Anything you do, Michael, you're in the extreme class.
Yeah, I pretty much gathered that.
I'm saying that right now. As a judge, I'm ruling right now. Everybody heard it live. Michael is always in extreme. He sucks.
Okay.
I'm going back. Fuck this. Oh.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, honestly, we got 8 viewers right now.
And
And
Hank's still pissed off. You said he was extreme. He hadn't said a damn thing since you said he was
I
extreme.
know, right? He got mad and left. He's like, fuck Jimmy, I'm not watching him no more.
Face wars, he throws his phone.
He's like, fucking, that's why I whipped his ass at 2000 finals by 4 or 5 dB. Yes, I admit it. He whipped my ass.
So if you're louder than Jimmy, you're an extreme build.
Hey, yeah, that's a good rule.
I'm gonna need you to bring that nitro up to my shop for a week.
You paying for this build?
I finance. No.
You got Snap? Oh, Michael Larson has Snap, everybody. Hit him up.
Snap is not legal in Minnesota for some reason. Probably because you can have 200% interest on Snap if you do it right.
Exactly.
That's
wow.
insane. That's stupid. Could you imagine getting a line of credit and having 200% interest on it? Whatever it is, you don't need it.
You don't need it that bad.
Yeah. Oh.
No, that's crazy.
I got some Team Neos. I got some compact Neos. Pick a size. I need some of Hank's Neos, those modified 11s.
I need some V215s.
I got some V215s.
4 of them?
And V118s.
I would love one show just to try 4 V215s in the Nitro and see what it does.
You would lose your team status.
Not for one show. I'm not switching by any means, but I would just like to see for one show what they would do.
You'd lose your team status because you'd see for one show and then you'd sell your other stuff. I got 415s you could try for a show.
I can get you some good Rockvilles, Jimmy.
Oh, those new E-Series 15s from Directronics.
He said Rockville. What the fuck?
This dude went and won all but like how many shows last year with a Rockville sub?
I know every one of my shows he had that Rockville in.
Rockville sub in a prefab freaking box.
Well, that was like Kirby last year. I believe it was Kirby had them fucking Rockville in his build all last year. He did pretty decent with them Rockvilles.
Because there's no moving mass.
I didn't say that. Michael did.
Handing out sponsorships. No, we're going to be talking about sponsorships on an upcoming episode of Two Dudes and a Dan.
Yeah.
Wait, am I in the middle or not? Or am I spit roasting?
Wow, you really just said that all live.
It's late night. We can say whatever we want, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
If your kids ain't sleeping at 8:30, oh, Jesus.
And put the grandkids
Yeah,
to bed.
it's only late night for old men like Michael Larson.
Bro, it is late. I'm tired. Stop shining that damn thing at me. Like Bill Gass at finals, just like.
Are you turning it on yet? Come on.
Sponsorships are cool. I like sponsorships. I need a sponsorship for a lot of things. Gas to and from shows would be nice.
For life. Y'all are going minimal talking about I need sponsorship for stereo equipment. I need sponsorship. No, I need a sponsorship for my life so I can sit at home and make live videos all day long.
You can. It's called OnlyFans.
I got too big of a gut for that.
Dude, I've seen you on Model Hub before, so.
All you need is a mason jar and you could be rich.
I'll have to put my death pencil. I'll put my death pencil jumpsuit on and be like, "Hey."
You just be a streamer. You just do something all day for people, and you'd be good.
I can't do it. I worked my ass off to get in the position that I'm in right now. I like to earn my money the right way.
Your full-time streaming career will set you free, Jimmy.
Nobody wants to watch my old boring ass.
Be like, I'm mopping the floor for 12 hours today. Y'all can watch me mop the floor.
Dan O'Brien has a fan-only page.
Hey, I gotta have a legit hustle somehow, so that works.
You hit him up. His name is Dirty Grandpa.
Wow, it's almost true. Actually, it is true.
Oh,
Almost. Oh, wait a minute. What's the true name there, Gramps?
that's right.
Yeah, you knew that.
Yeah. I was just ripping on him. I forgot.
Shows you that Mike's getting old with his age, man. His memory's going.
My memory is confined by my hairline.
That's fine. Okay, well, on that note, gentlemen, we got 3 viewers. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, I'm tired of seeing all these ugly mugs here. So
What you talking about? I
think
ain't
we're
ugly. You call me ugly?
maybe a little bit.
Show this weekend now, just because of that.
Love you too. All right.
I identify as fugly, so.
Is that a yes? That's a yes.
Yes, he's coming to my show this weekend.
Where's your show?
My show is at KCK at 79th and State Avenue, I believe, at Joe's Pawn Shop.
Oh, pawn shop. Okay. Strip club pawn shop. Close enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Is it demo friendly?
We'll see.
I'm just kidding. I don't demo.
Yeah. What have you ever demoed?
I will give
That's
you
part
60
of the
hertz.
section.
I'll give
All right.
it to you. That's the only track I can play in my car. But I'll give it to you.
Like Skip and T Fade say, I'm cutting a hard line. Peace out. See you guys later.
Peace out, Girl Scout.
See you later, boys. Girls.